Before you listen, just pause for a moment. This is not just a speech, and it's not just words. This is a reminder for the heart before the mind. In a world full of noise, voices compete to be heard, but not every voice guides you, and not every sound carries truth. So ask yourself, are you listening to be entertained? Or are you listening to be changed? Because what you're about to hear is not just about knowledge. It's about direction, not just information, but transformation. So take a breath, slow down, and listen carefully, because this message might change the way you see your path. From the words and reminders of Shaykh Abu Mu'adh, Taqwim Aslam yar'ahullah.
So for example, in another hadith, the Prophet ﷺ mentioned, من سلك طريقا يلتمس فيه علما سهل الله له به طريقا إلى الجنة. That whomsoever treads upon a pathway seeking by it knowledge, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make his pathway to paradise easy. And that's because somebody who seeks knowledge understands how to worship Allah properly. So he worships Allah properly, and therefore he has his path to salvation, his path to Allah, his path to paradise made easy for him. But somebody who is jahil, does not study, does not learn, then they do not know how to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala properly. And Allah mentioned in the Quran, there is a difference between the people who gain knowledge and the ones who stay ignorant. هل يستوي الذين يعلمون والذين لا يعلمون? Are they the same? The ones who know and the ones who do not know. They are definitely not the same. Shaykh al-Uthaymeen said the answer is clear. They are not the same. The person of knowledge is elevated and the person upon ignorance stays low. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has honored us far greater than animals. Allah has given us intellect and understanding and comprehension far greater than animals. And so when Allah said, قُلْ هَلْ يَسْتَوِي الَّذِينَ يَعْلَمُونَ وَالَّذِينَ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ, say, can they be equal? The ones who know, have knowledge, and the ones who do not? They cannot. Look at the famous examples that some of the scholars they mention. One of them is, maybe you heard this story before, Muhammad ibn Abd al-Rahman al-Awqas. There was a man centuries ago called Muhammad ibn Abd al-Rahman al-Awqas. Anybody heard of this person? He was an individual. His biography is in the books of, the Tarajim. He was a person who was born disabled, what we call disabled these days. His neck didn't hardly exist. His head was on his chest, the way he was born. He didn't have a neck, hardly. His head was on his chest. And it says in his biography, his shoulders used to stick out. So he had this kind of disabled appearance. So when he was a kid, all the other kids used to laugh at him and make fun of him because he was disabled like this and the way he looked. They used to laugh at him and make jokes of him, this Muhammad ibn Abd al-Rahman al-Awqas. So his mother said to him that, "Oh my son, wherever you go, in whichever gathering you sit in, you will always be the one that everybody laughs at. You will always be the one that everybody makes the jokes about. You are the one they are always going to mock wherever you go, whichever gathering you sit in. His mother said to him. So she said to him, she gave him a solution. She gave him a solution, how to fix this problem. She said, Ya ibni, alayka bil ilm. It's in his biography. It is upon you, my son, to seek knowledge. So Muhammad ibn Abd al-Rahman, he says, these words of my mother, they fell into my heart. So I began seeking knowledge. He began seeking knowledge. He went into talab al-ilm until years later, decades later, 20, 30, 40 years later, when he grew up, he became the judge. I think he was in Mecca. He became the judge of Mecca when he grew up. Because of all that knowledge he carried on gaining and gaining, he ended up becoming a judge in the courtroom. So when people used to go into his courtroom, when there was a problem, some issue happened, and the two people, they come in, one of them accusing the other one, etc., they used to walk into his courtroom and they saw, it's Muhammad ibn Abd al-Rahman who is the judge today. They would walk in and start shaking. It's Muhammad ibn Abd al-Rahman is the judge, because they knew how powerful he was in his knowledge, his understanding, his comprehension. They knew if they go in there, they are not going to be able to trick him. They are not going to be able to do anything to get rights incorrectly and falsely from another person. They knew if they have done wrong, they are going to be judged against. They used to be scared when they saw him. But when he grew up, was he still disabled or not?
No.
Yes. There was no medicine to fix these things then. His neck was still like this, his shoulders were still like this when he was old man. But now those people, maybe those people 50 years ago, when they were kids, used to be laughing at him, mocking at him, and now they were shaking in front of him. Why? He is still disabled. The difference was his ilm. Allah raised him with that knowledge. Raised him because of that knowledge, that they were now shaking in front of the same man that they used to be laughing at. There's another example from Umar ibn al-Khattab, radiyallahu anhu. When he was the Khalifa, he was living in Medina, and they used to have deputies in other areas. So he had put Nafi' as the deputy in charge of Mecca. He told him, you're my deputy in Mecca, you look after Mecca. Umar ibn Khattab himself, the Amir al-Mu'mineen, was in Medina. So one time, it is mentioned that Nafi' went traveling. Maybe it was Hajj or maybe some other trip. He went traveling. And he bumped into Umar ibn al-Khattab on the journey. Wherever he went, he came across Umar ibn al-Khattab. So Umar ibn al-Khattab said to him, you're traveling away from Mecca right now? So who have you left in charge of Mecca? Because I put you in charge of Mecca. I made you the deputy of Mecca. But if you're traveling out of Mecca right now for a while, who did you appoint to be in charge of Mecca for a while until you get back? Nafi' said to him, yes, I put somebody in charge, temporary, a person called Ibn Abza. Ibn Abza. Umar ibn al-Khattab said to him, وَمَنْ Ibn Abza? Who is this Ibn Abza you put in charge for a while until you get back? He said, Ibn Abza min mawalina. That he used to be one of our slaves. He used to be one of our slaves. So Umar ibn al-Khattab was surprised. He said, he used to be one of your slaves, meaning, are the people of Mecca going to respect him? Are they going to listen to him? He used to be one of their slaves. How did you put him in charge? Are people going to listen to him and respect him and accept his authority? Nafi' said, this Ibn Abza is a man of great knowledge regarding the book of Allah. He is a man of great knowledge regarding the book of Allah, and a man of great knowledge when it comes to inheritance laws and fiqh and these affairs. A man of great knowledge of the religion like this. Especially the book of Allah, the Quran, he knows it. He knows the rulings, knows the ahkam. He knows all of this. So when Umar ibn al-Khattab heard that, he said to him, لَقَدْ سَمِعْتَ قَوْلَ نَبِيِّكَ صلى الله عليه وسلم إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَيَرْفَعُ بِهَذَا الْكِتَابِ أَقْوَامًا وَيَضَعُ بِهِ آخَرِينَ. He said, in that case, it looks like you heard the statement of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that indeed Allah raises people by virtue of this book. Allah raises people by way of this book and lowers others, meaning the ones who learn and study and have knowledge of the book of Allah. They are raised. Like that former slave was raised and people accepted his authority because of the knowledge. Not because of any lineage he had, not because of any wealth he had, but because of the knowledge that he carried. And those who abandon the book of Allah, يَضَعُ بِهِ آخَرِينَ, they are disgraced, they are debased, they are lowered. The ones who abandon the book of Allah. We need to do this to strengthen our communities in the West with knowledge and differentiate them ourselves from the people of bid'ah, people of innovation and desires who wish to drag you away into all types of their deviated ideologies. So that is perhaps just a short reminder for us all. And we'll conclude upon that short reminder for now. وصلى الله على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم.
Pick your path before it picks you. The Prophet said it, clear, no disguise. You chase knowledge. Allah opens paradise. You walk that path, step by step. He clears your road, no stress, no mess. Why? 'Cause knowledge ain't just facts you stack. It shows you how to live, how to act. You learn to worship, right, not wrong. So your path to Allah stays strong. Now, let's bring it back clearly. Allah said it, no debate. Are they equal? Same weight? The one who knows and the one who blind? Nah, not even close and kind. Knowledge lifts, puts you high. Ignorance leaves you low, dry. You got a mind. Allah gave you that. So why you're living like you don't use it? Let me show you. Real quick story. A kid, different. People mocked his body. They laughed at him, made jokes all day. His mom said, "Son, there's only one way. Knowledge." He listened. Years went by. He stayed locked in. Studied, learned, didn't fold, didn't bend. Fast forward, same man, same face. But now, he the judge. Whole courtroom, dead silent place. The same people who laughed before, now shaking when he walked through the door. Nothing changed, except one thing. Knowledge made him king. Another story, Umar said it clean. Allah raises people with this deen. With Quran, he lifts you high. Without it, yeah, you slide. Doesn't matter your past, slave or free. Knowledge the only real VIP. Let me be real with you, Yusuf. When it was time to step up, he folded. Al-Awqas, same age. He chose knowledge and got promoted. You just finished Surah Al-Waqiyah, right? Then you already know the sides tonight. Right side, up, left side, down. Top tier, they wear the crown. So don't act confused. The path is clear. It ain't tomorrow. It's right here. You got a choice. Right now, no delay. Either you pick your path, or your path picks you one day. Choose discipline today, or tomorrow's struggle chooses you. This ain't a game. And maybe what you've been chasing all along was never the voice itself. Rather, it was the meaning behind it. And meanings are not measured by how they sound, but by what they lead you to. For not every voice that captivates elevates, and not every rhythm that moves you improves you. True guidance does not merely entertain the ear, it directs the heart and disciplines the soul. So seek what refines you, not just what delights you, and pursue what remains, not what fades. For the wise do not follow every sound they hear. They follow what brings them nearer to the truth. And in the end, the choice was never complicated. It was always clear. The question is, did you listen? A reminder from Tasjilat.